We come into the second round at Moona Beach Major this week, hoping to not take as many trips to the beach as we did yesterday. It's easier said than done. It is a major design course. We're moving up to the gold tees, and the reason why it's so difficult, it's a major design course on very high winds out of the southeast, and you've got very firm fairways. So a lot trying to put us out of position off the tee. Hopefully we can find some fairways and then work our way through these very high winds to some reasonable putts. We got firm greens that are fast, so things come down a little bit in terms of green speed, but overall pretty similar to round one. Now, if you've been watching this over on YouTube and you are enjoying the rounds, I'd appreciate if you considered dropping a subscription to the channel. But that's enough shilling out for myself. Let's try and hit some good golf shots. Work our way back up the leaderboard a little bit. That is gonna do mighty fine. Couple percent under, so it's going to create a little bit longer of an approach shot here. We've got somewhere like 16, 17 miles an hour of wind. I'm probably gonna play that we lose just about that. So this 5-iron, I would expect to just creep onto the green, which is kind of a scary proposition. Now, I don't know, going 4-iron could be... I can try and play just a little bit on that. Now it's a matter of getting this aim proper. Okay, good strike, decent line, gonna be a little long right. How's the putt gonna look? Okay, so we had distance control definitely under wraps here, but just leave ourselves a little bit to the right. I think I'm just a little bit scared there of like overplaying it and going way too far left. So we're gonna have to get this in a way where we know it's coming across strong right to left. Then you still have some turn at the end. It's under hit. It's really not a bad read. Probably, I don't know, because we're only 2 foot past the hole, so overall there, I don't think it's that bad of a read. Still get ourselves a bird. I almost forgot that that was a par 5. You know, when you get wins like this, I think you just start to have the assumption that everything is a par 4. But no worries. We've got ourselves a par 4 here. This one is going to have about half the distance coming in, so that is quite nice. I don't... There's part of me that says, like, you try and play like a pitch shot and hit the top of this and bounce it up, but I think we want to play away from being short. You've got about probably 18 miles an hour of wind, so definitely going to need to play this quite a bit outside. And you know what? I'm going to play this stock. It's uphill. The wind's going to... I'm going to give this a little bit of D-loft and a little bit of topspin to make sure we don't go spinning off this green. All right, that gives us an opportunity. It's still a little bit of a bender. 5 feet to clean up. Just have to make sure on a putt like this that you get it outside and you hit it with enough authority. Okay, that's big. That's big. In these conditions, like, any birdies are gonna be wins in my book. Oh, man. I think just a little bit of backspin to get it carrying far enough. Maybe a little bit of loft. Trying to come up around these trees. Gotta make sure that it gets around the tree to the right and then comes back. A little fast. Oh, that's good. Come on, stay right. Stay right. Ah, needed a little bit more on the backspin there. Needed to take a little bit more distance on this. But it looks like we've got a fairly steady break. These longer ones, I think I'm just going to have to rely on a little bit more in terms of feel. Normally try and play these putts a little bit more, not logically, but a little bit more calculated. But haven't been having much success on the longer ones doing it that way either, so let's try and hit this one in a way where we get it coming across from the top. I get a little bit concerned because it is still so much downhill past the hole to the right. That's not bad. Like, if we hit that a little bit firmer, that goes in, for sure. But you hit that with more pace and you miss, and I can definitely see that ball rolling all the way off of the green, so. Tough spot for sure. Hey, what's going on, Scotty? Tough spot for sure, but I think that's gonna work for us. Stay out. Such a weird shot where you're like playing a fade to kind of get it starting right, but ultimately the wind's gonna take it over and go left, and you're trying to create this like straight shot with the fade. But now that we've executed that, we leave ourselves ultimately in a position to maybe get a birdie putt if we could just get this down into the valley here. So probably about 18 miles an hour of wind, which ultimately means I've got to be playing this out here, I think. Wind is going to maybe knock a little bit, but I don't think too much. So I'm going to play some loft. It's a good strike. Wind read is pretty good too. Kick right. Oh, get in there. But this is like exactly what we were talking about before the round. Our game lives and dies by proximity. Our game lives and dies by proximity. So if we can continue to put ourselves into, close spots to the hole tee to green, that's going to be where we score. Very firm fairways, so I'm just going to play it smart here with the 4-iron. Get this working down to the dog leg. Hopefully the approach shot is not too bad. I just don't trust the distance there going up to the hybrid. It might be hopping and skipping maybe a little bit too much. This is really tough though. This is like really, really tough. Because again, you've got 18, but the problem is The lie is going left to right. The wind's going really left to right. My swing generally goes left to right. So everything is moving that way. There's nothing to counteract here. Which means as we come in, you know, if we don't play this enough, we're going to just run out there. Or we could end up in this bunker if we overplay it, so. Gotta try and determine how this 18 is slightly in, but I think it should still ultimately play pretty similarly. Is this gonna play more than 5 yards, though? I think it is. I'm gonna play a little D-loft. Great strike. Still, look at that. Look at that wind. It's just everything is so multiplicative there, and it's like, how do I get that enough to the right, or enough to the left? All right, so that's the first time we've really had any big mistakes here. I'm a little bit short. Oh boy, okay. Let's get this up and down for the save. I'll take the par there, because, like, even looking at that, I knew we had the wedge coming in, right? I knew we had that wedge coming in, but we also knew just how bad that setup was for us. Yeah, at least it didn't roll back down, for sure. How bad is it if you roll out the back? Short side, but you're chipping. All right, let's see what we can get. I was gonna say potentially too fast, but apparently I was always too far right. So pretty crazy, but again, we get a short side splash shot. Give ourselves a little opportunity here. I think realistically, you're just playing this in a way to try and get this close. Okay. Does a little bit of a hop and a skip. And I'm starting to realize more and more, I think on these elevated, like these very elevated splash shots, I think that's just how it goes. Like the elevated splash shots, I think when it gets up, it just wants to skip. Whereas if it was downhill, I think it would be a much flatter bit. But either way, 5 under through 6 is no start to scoff at. All right, what a time to hit a baby fast there, because I am not so certain of our fate if we actually execute that the way that we intended to. Okay, so this gives us a little wedge in, honestly, very good distance. Very, very good distance. So Just need to gauge this wind properly, which again, it is a lot of wind. So even on the pitch shot, I do believe is going to play quite a bit. Now, I think I got to give a little loft and a little spin here so that it bounces and stops. Hey, what's going on, Lucas? Welcome back, welcome back. I hit that fast. I hit that so fast. I could, like, I felt it that I didn't feel comfortable, and I took the lineup anyway. That's completely on me. That's completely on me. Just like a very bad decision there to not back out of it when it didn't feel good. Because ultimately, I kind of had the thought running through my head mid-backswing of like, this doesn't feel great. I like started, I felt like it was gonna move a little bit, but I don't know, I like over adjusted stuff there. Thought I might be aiming too far right with the push swing there, subconscious. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely always... the subconscious is a very real thing that's at play in these shots, Scud, for sure. 18 miles an hour a wind. I'm gonna have to club up, aren't I? Like, am I being dumb here? Maybe. 76, 68. It's on that backstop. Baby slowed it. It is coming back. Okay, so ultimately the read was correct. Ultimately the read was correct. Baby slow, so it ends up a little bit out to the right, but it just is always so crazy to me trusting the wind to bring the ball back that much. I would honestly love to see the way that people play these sorts of holes, because I'm always one that, like, I'd prefer to try and sit it, but, like, some people will take wind out of it with, like, you know, you're playing some sort of not pitch shot, like some sort of punch shot. Yeah, so it's very interesting to see the different approaches. I'm always like, can I get this ball to stop? Other people are like, can I cut some of the wind out of it? I think both are valid. I don't want to play the pitching wedge pit. It's like too much run and gun in here. Full loft here, 94, 92. $16 to 17 miles an hour of wind, but it's off to the side. I feel like it's somehow only gonna play like a few yards. I'm gonna play just a little bit less. How much spin is that gonna have, though? Ooh, it holds. Okay. Just enough to not be problematic. Oh, that is a tight window there. Okay. That's 7 under going out. I mean, we shot 9 under in round 1. You know, ball striking has definitely been a bit better. I think there's something to be said about some of the holes haven't been too bad in terms of distance. Like, yes, it's been cranked up to very high winds. I feel like we've had a lot of pitch shots in, so there's definitely a trade-off to the precision here. All right, let's see what we got. Uphill, 3 yards off, 150, about another 16 there. Be 134, so we're a few yards short here on the pitching wedge. Think we were right, kind of in the right ballpark with something like this. I'm going to aim just a little bit more for the left. Cut through the wind a little with D-loft as well. I'm a little fast. I think my brain just said, don't miss to the right of the green. So, we're not missing to the right of the green. No siree. But now we've got to make a putt. Now we've got to make a putt. 14 foot downhill to... Come on! If we're gonna do some big scoring, proximity's gotta be up. But also, you're gonna have to steal some of the long putts every once in a while. Alright, let's call it 17. 17 playing headwindy quite a bit more. If we say we're losing like 25 yards, that'd be 81. Put that 5-iron like right pin high. I'm just gonna play it stock. Gonna play it stock. I don't want to get too precarious, and then things do roll back right to left. So we'll let this drift out to the right of the hole. I slowed that so bad. I just like backed out of the shot. I don't know. I think my thumb kind of slipped. I think my thumb kind of slipped on that one. All right, let's roll this on up there. Let's make a good recovery of it nonetheless. All right, because if we get this out here, I think it can... I think it's going to go a little bit left. It's going to take the bounce and start going, yeah. Feels a little high. Okay, that rolled out quite a bit more. That rolled out quite a bit more. Let's not ruin what we've got going here. Let's not ruin what we got going here. It's a good par save, but like that was just... Never gave ourselves a chance on any of the shots there. All right, very long par 5. Back pin, though. So trying to go maybe a little bit more aggressive than normal. We hit it slow. If this stays out of the rough, maybe we'll have a chance. Ah, we get the light rough. 309 yards, though. I didn't know quite what things were going to look like. I was thinking maybe we can play this in a way... Maybe we could play this in a way where we get... Oh, come on, wind. Bring me back. Don't let the fast ruin me. Okay. Like, hoping maybe there's a chance at, like, driver off the deck. It's a back pin, run it up there, but 309 yards into a headwind, you're just... I don't think there's any combination of events that's getting you there. All right. So, call it 16. I think pitching wedge pitch is long. I think gap wedge pitch is short, though. Because I'm typically playing this as about, like, half, so this would be, like, 81. I think with the pitching wedge pitch, the lie is already at 193, 5 yards. It's not a lot. I don't need to play the backspin. I just need to play a little bit of loft on it. And then aim it enough left to let the wind do its thing. Baby fast. Don't be too long, though. Oh, that's going to be good. Okay, little bit too lofty for what it's worth, but... Placing it to 8 feet here, a little bit of break. Just got to make sure. So we start this out on the right-hand side. And then it drifts into the cup. You see the way that like snapped at the start of the putt? Jeez. Oh boy. This is why I have trust issues when it comes to the Platinum Tour. 250 and down away. Yeah, I think we'll take the slightly safer play here in the hybrid off the tee. It'll still be a wedge. Still get ourselves a wedge coming in. Right down center fairway. Love to see it. All right, 124. So we're definitely not trying to stretch the lob wedge. I think the sand wedge is going to all be about taking off the right amount. And then wind. Then wind. So what are we looking at? Wind's been pretty consistently in that like 18 mile an hour ballpark. Gotta be careful with this tree though. So I'm gonna just play it here. Could be a little bit off. I just don't want to play it up into this tree. That's fast. Getting away with it, though. Getting away with it. Come on, let's turn our luck into a score. I gotta play aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Ooh! Why did it drift left? Stop doing that to me. That's scary. And when you watch that ball roll off and like immediately get offline. No bueno. Okay, good strike. Get down though, because that wind is still taking us a good ways out there. All right. Second shot in here on the par 5. We got 207. Front hole location, wind in. Yeah, still looking at like 17 or so. I'm like perfectly comfortable going this far out because the wind is still drifting the same way. So like I'm okay going a little bit more. What I'm not okay with is the fact that we're going to land short with that. If I go 240 club, like this is where it gets so messed up for my approach here. Like if I could overpower these drives more consistently and squeeze it, you know, ultimately then I could take a 4-iron in here, but now we're in between clubs. And now it's a question of like, what's better or can I work this in there somehow? So let's work out what the 3 hybrid would do first. 233 minus the 17, 216 should be back here. And then we could play some loft on it, which ultimately does sit it down. Come on. Come on, you gotta turn over. Come on, wind. I really overdid it. It's gonna be a fun putt. The wind started coming too far in. I was really just expecting with the extra loft that we're gonna be flaring ourselves out. Okay, so now with this, I have to make sure we do not degreen ourselves. Ah, come on. I even left it in the camera view behind my person, just like watching that ball track back at the end was that was a pretty sight. That was a very pretty sight. All right, big ol' eagle. Big ol' eagle. Okay, let's see if we can. That was Sparky. That was. We got ourselves to a not so great spot, but we do make the eagle there. What was that word I just produced, Stan? I think it was it was more of a sound effect. not really any words coming in there, just noises. If you had subtitles should say something like excitable noise. Thought you might get nipple lasers there. They are strictly reserved for albatrosses. And we haven't hit an albatross in a while. Admittedly so. Alright, we're going for not right at the flag, just a little bit left of the flag. I hit it slow though, so now... Oh, and 96%. Okay. That explains why I'm like, man, and I'm like way short. But clearly we didn't complete our swing. Alright, let's see. Up the hill. It does turn a little bit, and then there's just a little bit more movement at the end. I missed that low, huh? Okay. Broke a little bit on me, but that's, again, that's bad approach shot, so just take away any real good chances there. Okay, so this shot here is gonna go so far right. A little bit fast, but I think that's okay because you're hitting fast into the wind. So yeah, the very high winds, it's an interesting thing because obviously they test you on approach, but they really test you on drives. Because if you can hit your driver fine fairway, there's a lot of these like pit shots into short wedge kind of situations. I think I'm gonna want to take a full lob wedge and work it backwards. I don't think I want to be trying to take off the pitching wedge pitch. I could try, but I think I'm maybe more comfortable with this shot. I know that's a bold claim, because this is definitely more comfortable with it, but it's also a touch and, it's a touch shot. Alright, just kind of trying to work out how far we need to go. And then we need to still work out like loft and backspin. We do like a little bit of backspin. Let's work out the distances here. This would be 94, 93. So need a few more yards to get pin high. Just a little bit forward to... stop it. I'm going back too far. It's not bad. I think one thing I have to do is aim a little bit more when I shot shape. I think that's maybe one place where I could make some small improvements. I don't think it's completely killing me, but it's definitely something to consider. There's never anything comfortable to me about that putt. I know some people make those with a lot of consistency, but those putts right there scare the living crap out of me. Okay, so we have a choice to be made. 307 tailwind. I can go 321. We can take the extra and a little bit more. That's definitely a tighter squeeze. Now, even if you miss to the side over here, it's not as bad out of the sand. Just thinking if we lay it up. Could maybe get a... it's not as bad as it seems. It's not as bad as it seems. A little bit of a squeeze, though, so if we miss this, could be bad. Oh, I hit a straight ball left. Swing didn't miss out to the right, so yeah, this is going to be not great. The argument is like full send a driver, get a pitch shot in. Like now we're in a real predicament. Just because of how much we have to take out of here. I don't know how this goes. Probably left and off. Yeah. I mean, that's the best I can give it. That's really the best I can give it. Maybe miss that out to... maybe hit that a little bit more right and it doesn't take as strong of a kick. But yeah, definitely felt like I didn't have as much control there as I would maybe have liked to. Uphill. I underhit that. Oh boy. I could feel it immediately that swing did not come out at the right time. That sucks. That sucks. But that's also, yeah, I mean, it's deserved. It's deserved. That's a really good round with just a dumb sequence of plays there. We go for a shot, miss it, put ourselves out of position, miss the chip shot. Like, you miss multiple shots on one hole. Can't really expect to scramble. But let's make up for it. Let's make up for it. Let's get it right back on the last 111 with the wind at the back. So we can go pitching wedge pitch here. That just rolls too much for my liking. I am a big fan personally of trying to get these things to sit right on down. So I think I'm gonna have to go with like a half lofter. Just try and get it to stop. So we overshape it a little bit. Getting the pitching wedge pitch on the ground, it's firm, fast, tailwind, like everything screaming, I'm a roll for days. I don't have a good feel on that one for slowing it down. Big way to finish. Big way to finish. Get back to 13. Could have been 14, maybe could have been 15 if we, do something a little bit better there on 17, but that's a solid round. Obviously, you see that people are also able to score out here, but lots of 13s, even up in the top 10, moves us into T13 on PlayStation at least, so hopefully that 13 under round is going to move us up the leaderboards a little bit in general, and yeah. We'll try and get after it on the weekend. Hopefully, moving day, we can do some more of the same. Maybe sneak our way into the top 10 on PlayStation.